What's up, everybody? It's Kyle with episode 237 of Unlocking Your Inner Strength. Had a great holiday weekend. Capped off with a great day yesterday. Met my good buddy Frank and his son Jack. And me and the boys, Braxton and Colty, took the dogs, went on a nice hike. Got to shoot the breeze, just be outside in nature. And then when we got back, we had a family fire pit night. Listening to some good music. We did Christmas decorations, decorated the tree. And I told Devin, I said, amongst other things what we were talking about, I said that the crazy thing is we're going to look back on this in 20 years and say, man, that was wild. That was pretty awesome, this period of time we were living through, just because of how interesting it is. Right, and I kind of wail and rant against people that don't understand paradoxical nature, how they think you have to be bitter and fearful just because that's what they've been led to believe, and you don't have to be at all. I had a great time. I see my buddy Spishy's here. Hung out with three of my best friends Saturday watching a Tyson fight. But it was really a great weekend. A lot of good love and good laughter. What I want to talk about today, and I was thinking about, I'm not going to go too deep into it because I know Facebook doesn't like that. And good afternoon, Spishy. I know Facebook doesn't like talking about the mask, but it just me thinking about it, and I don't wear a mask going out and about for multiple reasons, and I know that's not the popular thing to do. And without going too much into science, and there's plenty of science out there about how bad wearing a mask is for you and your health, it got me thinking just about health in general. And I've talked about this before. With everything going on, with all this COVID and whatnot, you haven't heard any of these officials in any state that I know of, or these national officials, talk about real health, getting sunlight, getting exercise, fasting, sleep. They don't mention that. They talk about wearing a mask and a vaccine. So you're being lied to on a very large scale as far as your health is concerned. And I could go way deep into this. I'm not going to make that show about what I believe about everything going on, but I'm very well researched, more so than most in this area with everything going on I'm talking about, because I find it fascinating. And when I decide to learn something, I try to master it and accumulate as much knowledge as I can. But getting back to the point at hand. So if you're being lied to about your health in a lie of omission, I would say, by nobody talking about what actual health is, putting a mask on is not health. That doesn't protect your health. It makes your health worse. But I came up with a list of other things just with fitness and health in general that I've always gone against the grain, and I do the research. And it comes about that people are just told the wrong things, and whether that's the C word to get people to be more unhealthy. I do believe there's something at hand that if people were more healthy, they'd have better functioning brains, they would access their spirit more. You'd have a much higher functioning human being, and I don't believe that that's what the powers that be want. So let me just talk about some of these things. So first of all, this one isn't really a myth, but if you drink regular city water, you've got fluoride in your water. Fluoride will kind of calcify the pineal gland. So the pineal gland is your third eye. It is located in the brain. It's where intuition comes from. It's called the God eye. But fluoride, kind of calcifies that and deadens that part of your brain. So you don't want that. So if you have city water, get some kind of water that's purified that gets the fluoride out. We have well water where I live, but even with my toothpaste, I make my own toothpaste from baking soda and sea salt. And I put a splash of Devon's, one of her essential oils like peppermint in there. And so that goes down that path. Why is fluoride being put in the water? You can read what the powers that be, again, want to say about it, but it's terrible for your brain. Why? Makes no sense. Okay. Let me talk about baking soda too while I'm on it. So today I'm just going to hit you with a lot of health stuff. Maybe we'll see how deep I want to go with some of this stuff. I'm going to try to keep this relatively short, under 20 minutes. Baking soda is like a miracle supplement. It's what we put in the juice. I've got it in here. The juice I refer to the saltwater baking soda. It is a form of sodium. Reduces inflammation, makes the body more alkaline. To give you a quick aside, I had a buddy of mine at jiu-jitsu who was having serious, kind of new, but serious heartburn, indigestion. They want to put him on all this medicine. I'm going to go over medicine today too. So he asked me advice. I said, well, here, I'll send you my one-page document on the black version of the Panda. Not even tell him to do the longer fasting, but he decided to do that in the juice. Talked to him last Tuesday. Completely cleared up. Doesn't have to go back to the doctor. He's fine. But baking soda does many, many great things as far as reducing inflammation and making your body more alkaline. It improves kidney function. So really good stuff. Just if you're not drinking the juice, put a teaspoon, in a cup of water. Drink that once a day. Okay, so what else I got on my list here? So cardio, right? So most people have been duped into, and this was probably the first myth back in 2008 that I really attacked as far as fitness, when I was really getting into writing and trying to get the message out there about true health. Unless you like doing cardio, or for the cardio, I'm talking about slow, long distance cardio. Most people that I know that want to lose weight do cardio because that's what they've been told to believe is going to help them lose weight. They're playing this calorie. We're going to talk about calories too. Might as well tie this in. Calorie in, calorie out equation. It's completely wrong. Doesn't work. Okay? Changing your body has a lot more to do than calories in, calories out. That is known as the simultaneous model of weight loss. It's completely flawed, and there's a whole paper I wrote about it. This is going back to 2008, and it took off. It kind of went viral before that was a thing. Back with all the research and all that, but unless you like doing traditional cardio, it's absolutely useless for long-term weight loss. As a matter of fact, training in general and exercise is not effective for weight loss. Why am I telling gyms? Because I talk about the truth. Now, it's very effective at making you healthier. It's very effective at, guys, so sorry if that's breaking up, but exercise is very effective at affecting the brain. Okay, affecting the brain. It helps get growth factors and certain hormones that can only get to your brain through physical movement. The only way that some of these growth factors can cross the blood-brain barriers through physical movement. So it makes you feel better. And I always say exercise is more for your brain. Don't use exercise for weight loss. It is not good for that. Anybody that tells you that has bought into traditional fitness dogma. Now, it's like two wheels of a bike. It will drive better habits outside of the training, whether that's in the gym, hiking, whatever it is. So it does help in that regard. It's an indirect effect. But don't play this calorie in, calorie out game with cardio or exercise in general. And another thing with it, you have to enjoy what you're doing as far as exercise if you want it to stick. If you don't like training weights, don't do it. It's not going to work. Your brain won't form a habit around it. So that's one thing. Milk. I put milk on my list. I should have another milk book I want to read. But years ago, I read The Truth About Raw Milk. And I don't even really drink that unless it's around anymore. I don't make it a special point just because of some of the nastiness from too much animal protein, and that's another thing I can go down. But I don't believe in extremes one way or another, but we've been told that milk is a superfood. It makes the body strong. So pasteurized milk is absolutely terrible for you. It's poison. Okay? Even in skim milk, there's an enzyme known as xanthine oxidase, which can penetrate because of homogenization. So when they homogenize milk, in skim milk, they basically pulverize the fat particles. So this little enzyme can seep right into your arteries, and it builds up plaque. And it's directly related to heart disease. You're not going to hear this in any mainstream thing. But milk is not a superfood. Pasteurized milk is one of the worst foods you can put in your body. So just keep that in mind. Milk does not do a body good. Drink almond milk, drink coconut milk, something like that. Medicine, whatever medicine you're on, you your symptoms because you lack this medicine in your bloodstream. Medicine can be useful, and I'm interviewing Dr. Andre for the second time next week on Hillsborough and 100 and Real. We're going to talk about medicine, and he's got he's an open book with it, renowned cardiologist. Medicine can be useful to bridge a gap, but you should not be on medicine for your entire life. That's telling you something is wrong with your health. There are rare circumstances. But let's use cholesterol as an example. Too much cholesterol is not a problem. It's when too much cholesterol is in the presence of inflammation, it could become a problem. Dr. Andre will tell you the same thing. Everything's got an optimal level in the human body. For example, again, cholesterol is a precursor to all sex hormone production. Your brain runs off of cholesterol. Cholesterol is actually really good for the human body in the absence of inflammation. Why is nobody talking about inflammation? That's kind of why I was talking about baking soda at the beginning. But stressful thoughts, anger thoughts, fearful thoughts, right? These increase inflammation in your body. Lack of sleep will increase inflammation. Eating the wrong foods. So all this type of thing, but getting back to it, right? You should not be living on medicine. Figure out how to get off. One of the best things we get at the gym at Newell Strength is when somebody says, I was able to come off all my medication. I was drastically able to cut down on my medication. When I do the Panda program, I've got somebody's blood work right here. Reversed her. She was pre-diabetic, reversed that within a matter of 6 weeks doing the Panda program. All the blood markers improved off this medication. It's a great thing, okay? That's a great thing. Core training. I train core maybe once every 4 months. You could do it if you want, but the way... What's important to know about core training, don't sit there and do sit-ups. So the main thing to know about your core, basically it goes from the shoulders down to the hips, 360. It's anything that within that region, but the core is an anti-movement mechanism. Don't train it through doing crunches and stuff like that. You're not trying to shape your core. You're not going to train your core until you get a six-pack. That's a matter of sleep and what you're putting in your mouth and when you're putting it in your mouth, that type of thing. So those were just some of the myths that popped into my head, okay, about fitness in general, just with everything going on, how nobody's actually talking about real health and what it is. And from a mind map perspective, what I see going on, again, I've talked about this back in the spring. What you're seeing is mass scale hysteria because people, they're tapping into people's fear center in their brain. Okay, which you can't, it's very easy to get people to react and not respond a certain way. It's very easy to get people, when you hit their fear center, to act without logic. And that's what you're seeing right now. And again, it got, doing this because I was talking about masks at the beginning. And just listen to your gut. If what you're doing doesn't feel right, you don't have to just go along with the masses because you're fearful of judgment. And it's okay if you're fearful of judgment. Again, this is more of a mind map thing, but I do believe you have a good amount of people that just follow along with everything that's going on because they're fearful of being judged. Once you don't give, and I'm not going to curse because I like to keep it kid-friendly, once you don't give an F what people think, you're free. Keep that in mind. When we opened the gym back in May, if I was concerned with the public thought, there's no way I could have done it. You got to be true to yourself and those that are closest to you. And they might not even always agree with you at that point. Once you don't give an F, though, you're free. Right? And it's time people to start taking back their minds right now and taking back real health. Don't listen to any of these health experts, government experts, that don't talk anything about health. And most of them don't even look the part. Like, why would you take health advice from some of these people? The shape that they're in. And that's not to be mean, but it's like you don't take advice from people that don't have what you already want. I'm not going to name public health officials specifically, but you can look up pictures and see what the heck I'm talking about. Right? And you just got to start connecting the dots. Right? Your life, your kid's life, if you have children, just go with your gut is all I'm asking. and start getting real health back into the equation. And when you do that, your mind is going to be sharper. You're going to have a stronger mind. Surround yourself by like-minded people, and just start doing what you think is best. So that's it. You've been lied to on multiple things. Again, I'm not going to go too deep into the current stage of events, and I could write a whole book on it. Somebody actually asked me the other day, how far into the book are you about it? And I said, I'm not actually writing a book about this. I could. I love studying this stuff. I love studying what's going on at a political level, and all this stuff is tied together. You cannot separate this. And put it this: I told my brothers in a group chat, something's going to happen within the next 6 months, and they'll verify this. When it happens, I'll screenshot the text and post it. And just don't be fooled is all I'm going to say. Okay, and I'm not talking about with me. I'm talking about what the heck is going on. But anyway, I've got some stuff in the works. Getting back to that point where I got to start speaking my mind and standing up for what I believe in. So that's that, guys. Thanks for the support. Nothing else is coming to mind. You guys have a good day. Hit the share button, hit the like button. And remember, KyleNewell.com, the new website will be launched very shortly. I was just poking and bugging the guy to make sure he gets that done. So I got some cool stuff and cool giveaways once that's ready to go. Peace, everybody.